what we believe. I believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, indestructible, one absolute self-existent cause. There is one power, one presence, one life, one intelligence. So that is the spiritual nature of all things, that each of us is crafted out of this one. Each of us are divine expressions in what we believe. It says, I believe in the incarnation of Spirit in all, that we are all incarnations of the one Spirit. We are all each unique expressions of the one. And so that is our spiritual truth, our spiritual origin, our spiritual nature. And then we get confused, right? This idea of oneness confuses us because we look around and we see all of these different unique individuals. I mean, just look at this room. Just look around. We see these unique individuals. Each one looks different and appears different, different clothing, different hair color, different eye color, different personality, different background, different experience. And so we confuse oneness with sameness. We want, there's a movement like we all need to say the same thing and act the same way and do the same thing. The world wants us to be the same, right? Right? And that is not our spiritual nature. We're unique expressions of the one. And we each have our own life experiences and beliefs and stories and things that have shaped us that make us different from each other, even though back of all of it, we are one. Are y'all following what I'm saying here? Yeah. And so here's the thing I want you to really get. Oneness is not sameness. We can be from the one source, but not be alike. And it's so interesting because our human nature, how we're made as human beings, even our brains are made to differentiate us. We see difference. Our brains are constructed not for oneness. That is the divine joke. Our brains are constructed to keep us alive. And so what that means is if you're too different than me, you look different than me, or you do other things different than me, it sends off alarms in my brain. They're like, oh, whoa, danger. Danger, Will Robinson, right? Right? Because this is what we needed to survive. That our brains need to recognize a threat to our existence so that we can then take the necessary actions to protect ourselves. That is how we're constructed as humans. And the divine joke, the divine assignment, the divine mission that we have in these earth suits is to acknowledge that the brain exists, get some mastery over how it's operating, right, so that we can truly understand our divine origin, which is that we're all from one source, no matter what we look like. And us looking different or being different or thinking different is not a threat. It is our unique expression. That's the human nature.